All right, welcome to episode 2 of the Gentlemen of the South podcast. I'm here with AJ Caliber and Tavon. So, first things first, let's talk about Invincible. It's on Amazon Prime. It's based off an Image comic book character. Uh, I'll let you go first, AJ.
Me? Okay. Well, so do we want to do like a? I'm gonna just give it a number rating
All right,
first,
1 through
and
5 or 1 through
then
10.
we can do 1 through 5.
All right,
1 to 5, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. It is almost a perfect show. That's what I
okay,
would give it.
okay. What is it lacking to make it perfect?
Nothing. It's just from reading the comics and then watching the show. They skipped and then went certain directions. So I mean, it made it better for the show since it was only 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was still good, but yeah,
Yeah. Now,
I give it a 4 point.
4.5. All right, how about you, Tavon? What you gonna give it?
I get a jazz of all. That's because I didn't read the comics, so I thought it was good.
I'll give it a
I thought it was good all around.
yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I said I'll probably give it. Okay, AJ gave it an almost perfect. You gave it perfect. It was a good show. I'll give it a 3.8. Um, I feel like
3.8.
this is
Where did
my
the
only.
0.8 come from?
This is
I
why.
was gonna say 4.
Yeah. So my issue is they either need to make a prequel or a spin-off TV show talking about the Guardians of the Guardians of the Globe.
Guardians of the Globe aren't important. I'm sorry, they aren't important.
But I feel like it's critical to the story. Like just having
It's not.
spoilers,
I'm telling you.
but
Oh yeah, spoilers for who haven't watched.
yeah, we do spoilers around here. Now,
We don't do none of that.
having Omni-Man
None of that.
kill everybody, I wanted to know more about the characters on who he was killing. They did an excellent job of telling us and giving us a little insight into their daily lives and who they are a little bit. But I wanted more fights instead of them just fighting the Mauler twins, which are the best villains on that show. Which you could kind of say they may blur the lines between anti-hero down the road. I don't know how it is in the comics, but they're great villains on that show, and they're smart. How they be cloning people and stuff, and they got robot and immortal. I was
Immortal
like,
pretty cool.
yeah, he came back just to die twice. Ain't that ironic? I was like, man. Now, have y'all both seen The Boys?
No, I've never watched The Boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I watch it just when
like
it comes.
I heard it was comparable to Invincible, but I heard Invincible like way more like he's way more gore, like Omni-Man.
Yeah, so the gore is similar to The Boys, but it's not as perverted as The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like The Boys, they're just too over the top. Like, you have a rated R movie that's like, all right, we rated R, we're gonna put this in here just because we're rated R. That's what I feel like The Boys do. I don't feel like they focus on the story and actually adding content to that story on the live action show. I don't know how it is in the comics. The comics may be better, but I feel like the show is just perverted just because it can be perverted. And so
I get what you're saying.
that's
they want to use the gore as more as like to get people to watch it other than rather than the story.
Yeah, because some people like that. Like seeing people blown up every episode. I'm like, yo, give me an episode where they're having like an intervention or something, or they're trying to learn something.
Some type of dialogue.
Yeah. And so that was my issue with that. All right, now last week.
Wait, before you move on, I want to talk a little bit more about Invincible.
All right, let's go.
I will say this: the story of Invincible is very good and promising. Yes. Okay, so I've already read all the comics. I've read the whole comic. I started reading it like right after Invincible ended. So, the story is very promising. And then in the show, one thing I did not like was Amber. I hated Amber.
Wow,
she was literally the worst character in that show. Because she would be like, so you want to take me? You want to spend time with me? Duh. Why wouldn't I? I'm a superhero. And then when he told her that she was a superhero, right? She was like, "Yeah, I already knew." So what was you still freaking out for?
Yeah.
I don't want
I
to hear it.
I kind of
don't.
like her character. I feel like
Oh, like
she's
that.
similar to Mark's mom in a way. I mean, man, instead of
Mark's
like,
mom didn't care. She
but
told her she would let that nigga go to Rome to go get wine and stuff.
but what if she did it differently? Instead of letting Omni Man go as he pleases, like just when they're eating dinner, go save people. Sometimes you have to know when to turn it off. That's like you working a hard job and you bring work home. That's going to cause problems for you. And Superman does this very well. On the Superman TV show, you could kind of see that same thing with Omni Man and Superman, where he's just jetting off to go fight people and save people.
But I will say this. I will say this. I will say this. Her and Omni Man had already been together for many years, and they already had a kid together. I can see why she would be okay with it because she's already dealt with it. Amber, they're new to the relationship. This is new, and the powers are even new to him. So it's just like everything's new. You just got to give it like you're dating a superhero. This is what it's gonna come with. He's gonna have to randomly leave. He's gonna have to do this. You got to do that. You
Yeah.
just gotta accept that. And if
It's
you don't want that life, you gotta go get you a regular dude.
I feel like they'll probably like work it into a system. It's kind of like Superman and Lois. Lois goes right about the action. Superman goes fight the action. So I feel like they have to have that dynamic for those two characters. And I know you're not gonna like this, but I kind of like Amber more than I like Eve. And I know in the wait, Talbon, do you care about spoilers from the comics?
No, no, really.
Okay, so I know Mark and
Oh,
Evie.
wait, you've been reading the comments.
I've watched some videos that caught me up. I want to read it. I want to get like the physical version though. And so I know I know him and Eve eventually get together after Amber.
Which is perfect.
But on the TV show, I feel like him and Amber work better than Eve. I feel like Eve has more expectations of Mark, and that has potential to build upon his character. Like you know how like Omni Man will be going as he pleases to go and fight people. With Amber, Mark will probably have to learn how to turn it off. Now, at the last episode of that season, they kind of showed she was getting used to him just going off and fighting people. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like with him being a part of a team and they could potentially expand on that universe, you could have other superheroes dispatch to where everybody's not working. Cops don't work 24/7. They don't jump out of bed unless they're SWAT to go and fight criminals unless it's like a huge event going on that's causing panic everywhere. You have shifts. He needs to schedule. So I feel like that could add another
I don't know
story
if you can
element.
compare cops and literal heroes where they're all over the world.
It's
Cops
the
are just
same,
regular people.
but
Nah, it's not the
they're
same because
they're not. They got guns.
they got guns, but they can die way easier than heroes.
Superheroes can die too on the show.
I said easier. I didn't say
Easier?
that they couldn't die. I said they can die way easier. You saw what is a cop gonna do when Omni Man got invincible at the train? That cop can't do nothing. That cop dead just like the regular civilian.
In the way they're already cops. They're already federal. They
Listen,
work for the U.S. government on that show. So they
Omni
should.
Man don't work with the government.
Yeah.
He just knows Cecil. He doesn't work with them.
Yeah.
He wasn't even part of the party in the globe. He just knew them.
And we see
Like
why.
they weren't even yeah. But I will and even though Amber in the comics and the show is a little different, I still would rather him be with Eve because she's a superhero herself. I'm
Yeah.
just because they understand each other. She's not gonna be mad. Well, I'm not gonna get them spoilers, but
But
she's
think
not gonna be. She's gonna be more understanding that he has to go somewhere.
I feel like this is probably why I like DC Comics so much, and sometimes Marvel, but DC's relationships with superheroes, Superman and Lois Lane. I know I keep using that as an example. I done lost my point. Hold on. What was you just talking about? You was talking about him and Eve.
I was
Okay,
just talking
yeah.
about Eve.
So
Yeah.
Lois Lane don't have superpowers. When Superman dated Wonder Woman, what do you think happened? They both fight in wars on different planets and stuff, and they're both super powered. And so they're always going to clash. Now you could say they're equal in a way, but Superman needs humanity to him. And the same thing could be said about Omni Man. You saw in the episode when he was watching the baseball game and he was getting frustrated that Mark couldn't do anything right. But his mom had to let Omni Man know it's an experience for him and him trying to learn how to do that. And so that's why I think it's better for someone that's an alien to have a human counterpart. Superman always wanted to be human.
But my thing is, Mark, even though he's alien, he's been on Earth, so he's
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically he has human feelings. So I mean that applies to Omni Man and the other Viltrumites, but that really doesn't apply to Mark, since he already been on Earth. But Tavon, how do you feel about Eve and Amber, and who do you think Mark should be with?
Well, I mean, I feel like Amber's a little too. I don't really think she's narcissistic. She might be a little narcissistic, but the fact that she knew that he was a superhero, she let him suffer through all that thinking, that was pointless.
I got a
And
counter
then
to that. Sorry about that.
what is it?
We've been going at
Communication,
this
not
wrong. She doesn't have a problem with him not telling her that she's a superhero. Well, she does, but it was the fact that he didn't trust her enough to let her know that she's a superhero.
Oh my! And I got a counter to that.
All right.
Talk to him.
Listen, I don't want to get too much into spoilers. I swear I don't. But something happens in the comic to where when people find out Invincible's identity, something grave happens, and that is what he didn't want to happen with Amber. We all know the saying, Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
My nigga, if he's a superhero, and he tells her her identity, she's automatically in the danger zone.
Well,
Like that's automatic. So he was thinking in his head that he was protecting her. And she in her head is being selfish, saying, "Why isn't he doing this for me? It's all me, 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 me." And when he's trying to protect everybody else.
all right. Well, think about this then. Put yourself in a superpowered person's perspective. You got superpowers. You got a girlfriend. She don't got superpowers. She don't know you out there saving lives like that. All of a sudden, this dude hacks into something or some database or takes your mask off and sees who you are and knows who you are. And so he finds everybody that's related to you. And just because he doesn't like you, kills everybody. If you would have told everybody, you could have had a protocol in place to keep everybody safe and bring in other heroes. The same thing happens with DC Comics and stuff, but they have a protocol for that. They like Young Justice, for example, all the wives of all the superheroes all got together and they all had equipment and protection from the supervillains that was trying to get them. I forget what season it is.
Do you think if Doomsday really wanted to, or Darkseid really wanted to, you think them protocols gonna stop Darkseid and them Omega beings?
Yes. If you have the whole caliber of the Justice League available to you, you could access the multiverse and the multiverse Justice Leagues. You straight. You got to remember, Darkseid resides outside of the multiverse. So you can have a whole 5,000 armies of the same superhero just fight Darkseid. 5,000 Supermen if you wanted to.
What are the wives? How are the wives gonna know what to do with the multiverse and all that? Listen, I'm letting you know right now. If Darkseid wanted to, those wives is dead with one. He's fired one Omega beam, and they going across the world. They dead. One
But
Omega beam, they out here.
It's like this. And when you walk into the store at night, I don't know if y'all ever walk to the store at night. Wouldn't it be nice to you grew up and you know that you need to be know your surroundings when you're walking around. You know, keep your head on a swivel kind of. Wouldn't it be nice for that woman or whoever's dating a superhero to know, hey, so and so, my dude's a superhero. I need to be careful or what I say or who's around me or who's trying to get information, or do they know that he's so and so? So you can kind of protect yourself and understand that you may be in danger at certain points. Or maybe you don't even want to be in that danger. You want to take yourself out of that
But
place.
the thing is, if the villain knows their identity, they're gonna do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? If they know that that's their identity, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to listen. I'm letting you know right now, Mark, and any superhero that doesn't show their identity, they do it for a good reason. That's all I'm saying. And
Well,
anybody else needs to stop being selfish.
I see. One more point though. In the comics and through a lot of media, people know that Superman is dating Lois Lane. And so they're always going after Lois Lane. But what does she have? She has that watch with a frequency that only Superman can listen to. She
Did
wouldn't
that
have.
frequency work? Did that frequency work when Joker
Are you?
Superman go crazy and he took her to the sky and killed her and her baby?
No, it ain't happened like that. But
I'm telling you, bro.
But without her knowing that Superman is Superman, that Clark is Superman, she wouldn't have had that watch to even give Superman the chance to fly over and fight whatever is coming. Same thing with Jimmy Olsen. He's just a friend of Superman.
But I get what you're saying. But if if the if the villain doesn't know the hero's identity and who the hero if he doesn't know their identity and who they're associated with, then he doesn't have a way to attack them without attacking actually them. You know what I'm saying? By attacking what I mean by that is like attacking the family, attacking the wife, or something like that. If he doesn't know their identity, then he can't do that. So, and
Right.
if the wife doesn't know their identity, she could,
What about
listen.
this then? You're a superpower individual and you come across a powerful telepath that can sit and read your mind. He sees everybody's face that you've ever seen and he goes and kills every single one. Now that's taken out of the question. They can't do nothing
It
now.
is what it is. But how many? But we got to be realistic, man. How many people can do that? How many people can do that now?
Depending on which comic universe
Not
you're talking
many.
about. You talking about Marvel,
Not
DC,
many.
or Image?
That hasn't happened a lot, and we ain't getting into the hypotheticals. Okay, I'm tell you what I'm seeing and what I know in every comic book and every show. Like
Right.
like Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Amber needs to cool down.
Mm.
She needs to cool down.
What if they make her into a superhero? Then are you think it's gonna change Amber or you think it's gonna change Mark?
It ain't happening.
It's possible. You never know. The
It ain't
writer
happening.
of it, what's his name? I forget right now. But he said he's a better writer now. You never know. He may develop Amber more. You know,
If he does it, then he's changing the whole series. If he does that,
any extra thoughts you want to add, Top on?
I'm gonna go with. I think Eve better than Amber, but that's all I got.
I forgot that was our
How about-
initial point. We didn't dive down into the whole psychology of these people.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, we all know Eve is better than Amber.
Yeah.
All right, since we're on the topic of comics, I already know what AJ thinks because he be watching Young Ripper just like I be watching Young Ripper. What y'all think about them potentially casting a Black Clark Kent?
That is stupid. We don't need any more black token characters. The key word for today, tokenism. We don't listen. Make a Static Shock, make a Steel. What's his name? Mr. Terrific. Hell, you can do anybody. And then there's other black Superman that have different names. You're making Clark Kent black.
Yeah,
That's what's stupid. If you did the other one, I forgot what his name was.
Calvin Ellis.
But if you something like that. But you can do a John Stewart movie. You can do a Green Lantern and John. I grew up with Justice League. John Stewart, that's my first Green Lantern. So
yeah.
Hal Jordan, you out of here.
Hal Jordan didn't even exist. I was like,
doesn't
who?
exist. When I saw Hal Jordan, I literally was like, I don't know. Where's John?
Who this?
But yeah, like I was saying, you can do so many other things other than making Clark Kent black when there's already a black Superman who isn't Clark Kent. So the idea of making a black Superman is stupid in my opinion. And y'all trying to do too much. Y'all going too hard. Y'all not listening to what we actually want. Y'all doing what y'all think we want. And that's what I gotta say.
I agree and disagree with your opinion. Because I've been watching Young Ripper and I've been watching other people, and then I have my own opinion. So first,
who is Young Ripper?
Young Ripper 5'9"?
I don't.
You don't remember him?
I don't know that.
I'll pull it up in a minute. But
Okay.
you told me one time you watched one of his videos. And my issue is they're trying to shove Henry Cavill. We all know he's one of the best Superman that we've had that looks just like Clark Kent and Superman at the same time. I feel like them race swapping Superman right now, not using a comic book Superman like Val-Zod or Calvin Ellis. Like, I'm fine with a black Superman, obviously. But the fact that they're trying to push Henry Cavill just after the success of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and they finally done Superman justice in that movie, I feel like they're trying to use a black Superman as like a free card to do something and fire Henry Cavill so they don't feel bad and they can get a plus and get a whole bunch of movie sales. And what they're finding is people don't want that. When you're dealing with DC, you have hardcore fans that know these characters. We've never been introduced to a black Clark Kent. We've been introduced to Val-Zod, Steel during the death of Superman, and Calvin Ellis, which is the president Superman that they made after Barack Obama and Muhammad Ali. So I feel like it's just a card that they're trying to pull so they can fire Superman, not feel bad about it, and add black characters and try to capitalize on that, which it kind of seems gross that they're doing both of those
He's
things.
coming to Marvel anyway. Henry Cavill's coming to Marvel.
Yeah, he's gonna kill it. He's gonna. they drop
he can
the
be
ball.
he can be Century, somebody buff. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be somebody important too.
Yeah. And like you said, they could do any black character. Now with milestone characters, Icon and Static Shock, they can't use those characters right now with ease because they're still doing that lawsuit over the characters. Because it's Dwayne McDuffie's estate, which is his wife. She hasn't been included in like the rights of the characters as much as the other milestone creators. And so it's split down 50-50. Like she's Dwayne's votes and everybody else got a vote. And so she hasn't been included. So that's probably why we haven't seen a live action adaptation of these milestone characters, which I think the closest you could get, like Young Ripper said, which I rarely agree with him, you could get to Superman as Icon, but they can't do Icon right now till that lawsuit settles. I would love to see an Icon Static Shock movie and Rocket movie as well, because she's a part of Icon. That would be great. What you think, Talbot?
I mean, it just seems pointless to do a spin-off on a white superhero when there's plenty of black superheroes.
Yeah, pretty plenty of already established black superheroes.
Exactly. And not only that, there are millions of people that would jump at the chance to create a whole league of black superheroes for DC. If it takes a year for them to write comic stories and get the right people to create these characters, they'll do it. But they want to be kind of lazy in a sense. All right, we got Clark Kent. Let's make him black. Let's make a new movie. Let's add some new elements to it and go with that. But they're trying too hard to give us a Black Panther. Black Panther was created because there were no black superheroes. It was created during the civil rights by Stan Lee and other creators. It was based on a black person. He was Black Panther first. It was nobody else.
And plus, they're trying to do like with the Black Panther movie too. Black Panther movie was actually a very successful movie.
Exactly.
$1 billion movie. Like they're trying to rep. That's one thing I hate about. I'm not even gonna say DC because DC is Warner Brothers. I'm gonna say Warner Brothers. One thing I hate about Warner Brothers, they try to compete with Disney and Marvel too much.
Yeah. You got to run your own race,
and they end up messing themselves up.
Yeah.
Like Marvel, they can have Marvel literally like every phase they have like a 5-year plus span of the movie that they're gonna have. You'd be lucky to even get a sequel from DC.
Yeah,
and
I mean, when you think about it, they have the best thing that's came to them is HBO Max. They can take a play out of Disney's playbook. If they want to play catch up, they can do that. They can have TV shows that leads up to movies and introduce the characters like 8 episodes or even 5 episodes they can get away with if they're an hour and something. And you can do that. But what you kind of look shady and looks wrong, like right now looks like they're just trying to capitalize off of social problems and black people going to go rush and see a black movie, which they're thinking is going to happen. But they're not. This Black Superman is not Black Panther. Now, if it was Val Zod or Calvin Ellis,
that's what I was thinking of. Val Zod.
Val Zod, yeah. Then you may have a great movie. But when you're just trying to rush and capitalize off of the success of Black Panther and other black movies, it looks horrible, and it is horrible.
And that's why when Black Panther Wakanda Forever comes out, it's going to be way better because they already had like a fan base. It was already organic. You know what I'm saying? Black Panther was an organic. People loved it. People was running to the theaters and dashikis and all this. Like people wanted to see that movie. Nobody wants to see this Black Superman movie. Nobody. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the fans don't want it. People are not going to resonate.
WB don't listen to the fans at all.
Yeah.
They don't.
Even if you wasn't a fan of Black Panther, you knew of Black Panther. Whether it was the Marvel TV shows or some of the movies animated movies that came out. Like I first got introduced to him with the Ultimate Avengers movies and the Avengers as
I did too.
Not a symbol. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Avengers, yeah.
Yeah. So
because I remember those Ultimate Avengers movies with like the animated movies back in the day. Yeah. I remember the Black Panther being in those, and I really didn't know much about it then. But the movies they had them, they was in Wakanda, and then like the aliens that came down and killed the father, and then he turned into like an actual panther, and that was cool. And then there was another movie called it was basically the Kid Avengers.
Oh yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They had like Black Panther. son in that movie too.
Yeah, son of Captain America and Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good movie, and it had Vision in there.
I had already knew a little bit. Yeah, Vision and Tony Stark was old. Yeah, I had already knew a little bit about Black Panther before the movie even came out.
And back to the whole DC and Warner Brothers issue, it all comes down to a lack of leadership or proper leadership at that. They have all these great characters they could do. And I'm going at them because of Justice League and how they're trying to reboot the Justice League now. Like they're starting off with Black Superman.
I didn't even know they were trying to reboot.
That's what they're going to. Flashpoint is their silver bullet.
Oh yeah, I do get what Flashpoint is trying to do.
Mm-hmm. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna have Flashpoint. All of a sudden, Flash is gonna end up seeing the Robert Pattinson Batman, and it's gonna be a new Superman. It's gonna be Supergirl, or actually, I think they're doing a Superwoman movie.
Weren't they doing like a Supergirl that was like a person of color also?
No.
Oh, I thought I seen something about like some type of Mexican or somebody like.
Actually, she may be.
Yeah. Basically, somebody that's not white. They're doing the token thing again.
I've seen her. She does look Latina. Or Latino.
Listen, we ain't trying to be politically correct. We don't know all the terms.
Let's see. What was I about to get at? So your thoughts?
Basically, WB and DC should be better.
Yeah, they need better leadership quickly. Like they're.
How do you think there should be a Black Superman or no?
Oh no.
and I don't want
simple answers.
Yeah, I don't want people to look at this podcast and see it as we don't want a Black superhero. Obviously, we do.
Of course, we do.
We're Black ourselves. Like we waited for Black Panther too long. The whole Avengers one movie was just white as snow. Only thing that had color in it was Nick Fury, and he barely had any scenes. He probably, arguably, I thought about this a couple of nights ago. He should have been down there fighting with everybody.
Oh no, that nigga would have been dead.
AJ, you got to remember, in the comics, in both Ultimates and the regular, or the Nick Fury that was first, he was a howling commando. And so he was on there fighting superpowered individuals with no powers.
Listen, we all understand that everybody in the movies are nerfed as hell though.
This is true.
He wouldn't
make it realistic.
Yeah. Because if we had the realistic Infinity Gauntlet, like the comic, people wouldn't like that. Yeah. Thanos literally snapped Cap's neck in half. Some people were angry when they saw the trailer and they saw Captain America holding Thanos' hand. They was like, how? You know what I'm saying? Because this is Captain, but I don't know if people understand. Like certain characters are heavily nerfed in the movie. Well, like I hate what they did with Hulk. I hate it.
Yeah, I like Professor Hulk though. I feel like he's more important.
No,
he's weaker though because he doesn't have that rage that the regular Hulk has, to where he can just keep fighting and fighting and fighting. Professor Hulk, he's gonna second guess.
If they had Edward Norton's Hulk, Thanos would have been done in 2 seconds.
You think it's an actor issue? You don't think it's a writer issue?
No, I'm just saying that they had their version of Hulk, it would have been better. Not the actor, but just that version.
Okay.
Because he beat Abomination down with ease. Well, not with ease, but he beat him down.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the whole initial thing. We want Black superheroes. If that's not obvious, we just want them done right and respectfully. When you have a whole lot of calibers of Black characters that you could use or create, and you don't want to get out of a contract with another person playing your character because you mad at them because they made a better movie than you and you didn't have no touch on it, it comes off and it rubs fans off the wrong way. It shows that you only care about money, which is probably obvious. We know they want money, but it shows that you want to capitalize off of real world issues just to make a quick buck. It's like, oh, let's give them a Black Superman so we can get rid of this Superman. No, we're not here for that.
I will say I'm not a part of that Snyder cult. Y'all are weird. So if you're part of that Snyder cult, you are weird.
Man,
I'm not a part of that. I don't support the Snyder Cut just because I'm pretty sure there are thousands of other directors that wanted to have their vision cut and didn't get it done. but maybe now they'll have it since the Snyder Cut came out. But now
Mhm.
everybody wants to release 4 and 5 hour movies. We do not need that.
And
So yeah, that's
you bring up a
all I'm
great
saying.
issue. You probably remember the horrible Fantastic Four reboot that came out not too while ago.
Fantastic,
Yeah. So apparently,
terrible.
excuse me, apparently the director didn't have his true vision with that movie, and the director for Suicide Squad didn't direct his true vision. What we're seeing is a trend of higher ups that have no business dealing with directors and writing, not letting people that knows how to do that and know the cults and the fans, not cults, but like the cult fan base of these characters and these stories do their job so they could cater.
Mhm.
Like they want money. We get that. Let the people do their job. And
Because if the people do their job, you're gonna make more money because you have sequels and people will want to watch it.
exactly. Look at Marvel. Marvel has Kevin Feige, John Favreau. They grew up with the stuff. They still
John
read this.
Favreau, he was in the movies. He was in the Iron Man movie.
Exactly. He was in the
And
movies.
they read, yeah, like you said, they read the comic. They're with the source material. Those dudes at WB that hired us, they don't even know what a
Huh.
DC comic look like.
They're like, you want to direct a movie? How much you want? I saw that one movie you did. It's good. Come over here. It doesn't work like that with these types of stories. That's how you get, which I guess you could say the superhero genre is like a fad that eventually is going to die out like Westerns did. You know, Western movies had a long run where everybody wanted to go see a Western movie. And then it was the alien
Mhm.
movies. And now we're in the superhero movies. Just kind of both with the aliens and stuff. The same thing could happen with this genre. Right now, you see Image Comics coming up with their
Poppin'.
yeah, Netflix got Image Comics, Jupiter's Legacy, which was horrible. I'm sorry.
That wasn't good.
No, I didn't like it.
I heard the CGI was pretty bad.
Yeah, I will say this because I don't want to seem like a jerk. The acting on Jupiter's Legacy, phenomenal. Everybody who acted in that TV show did a great job. The story was horrible. It was
Mhm.
it may be comic based or whatever that story that they had, but I thought it was horrible. I was bored. Everybody could carry a scene though, like you have some the actors could do their thing, but the story, no. And that's such a weird thing to say because usually as the acting was bad, the costumes was bad. Nah, the story was bad with that. It was so clear that you could see it was the story and not the actors. And so I thought that was very interesting for me. All right.
I mean,
So
I might still watch it even though it was bad. I might just watch
yeah,
it
it's
just
definitely a
because.
good watch. It's definitely a good watch. It's a different play on superheroes and the issues that superheroes face.
Yeah, I heard they get down to business, but like they get to fighting and killing. It ain't like a soft type show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, they get down to business.
Okay, I
There's
might watch
another
it.
show on Netflix. I don't know if y'all watch called Umbrella Academy. That's one of my favorites. I know it's
I
based.
watched season 1, and then I was supposed to watch season 2, but I never got to it. But season 1 was good. I heard season. I still gotta watch it. I love season 1.
Season 2 is good. 5 really should play a Robin. I feel like he could play like a young Richard Grayson Robin, or he could probably get away with playing Tim Drake, but I really want to see him as like a young Richard Grayson Robin.
5. Oh yeah.
Because he has like those funny quips where he banter, where he's fighting people and he's saying stuff. He could
Mhm.
kill it as a Robin.
I'd probably see that too. I can see that.
Yeah. All right. Let's transfer out of comics and let's go into this crypto. Let's talk about this money. Now, all of us, we all dived into Dogecoin. Are y'all still in right now?
Of course.
Of course.
All right. So, what did
I'm
y'all think
holding the
about
fort.
you holding the fort? I got to get back in. I was in earlier, but I got back out. And I know people on talk about smacking his lips.
Bro, boy.
Dogecoin had a very interesting run last week.
Yeah.
We all seen very high rises on our portfolios due to Dogecoin. And the same thing about Bitcoin and Dogecoin is similar. There's always one thing that's doing and manipulating both of it, and it's Elon Musk. Last week,
Can
Elon.
Elon Musk really? I know he can sell a lot of Bitcoin, but can he really influence it like he does Doge? Because I don't know if Elon can say one thing and then Bitcoin goes up like 200%. I know he can do like a little something, but I don't know if it's the effect that he does with Doge since Doge is so small.
Yeah, it's two things that's going on with Elon and why he's manipulating stuff. It's the cult of Elon and Tesla. Like people following Elon like sheep, they think he's literally like their leader or something. And then you have buy the rumor and sell the news. One day, or usually how it goes, somebody probably know Elon's going to tweet something about Dogecoin today, whether somebody's close to him or if they just have a pattern that they know he's going to tweet something. And so that's the rumor. And it gets to regular people that's not following Elon or going to buy whatever he says do, which he doesn't say do. He just alludes to it because he don't want to get in trouble. And so the intelligent investor is going to buy the rumor and sell the news. So he's like, them people are going to sit there and wait for that man to say something. Let me go put some money in and wait for it, since I hear this rumor that he about to say something. And then when the news come out, he tweet Doge or to the moon. They're like, all right, there we go. The price about to rise because his cult about to go buy it. And regular people are going to hear about it and buy it too. And then they sell. And that's usually what happens. And today, Elon Musk basically crashed Bitcoin. He came out today and said that
today.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. He basically said that Tesla is not going to be using Bitcoin for transactions due to the fossil fuels that people are burning to mine Bitcoin.
And I see that now. It's down at 49K.
Yeah. And what's crazy about it, it was at 59K. It was about to hit $60,000.
Oh no, it was at 63K at one point.
It's 63?
Oh. Yeah, it was at 63K at one point, and then it went back down to the 50s, and now it's back down to the 40s.
Yeah. So it could have been some insider trading right there. People could have known, all right, this person works for Tesla. He said they about to stop using Bitcoin. And then there's the rumor. It goes out and people start selling early. And then today when the news came out, we're not using Bitcoin. Go. And what I've had to learn about these cryptocurrencies and even stocks too, you got to see the real application of them. Dogecoin and other coins, they're just pump and dumps. They don't have no value to them. They're not going to be used for nothing in the future. So you got to look to other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and maybe Bitcoin. But Bitcoin now has a problem that could literally destroy Bitcoin. If Tesla says no because of the mining, using fossil fuels and stuff to mine Bitcoin, then you have a problem. Is other companies going to do that? Is that going to stump Bitcoin's growth? And then people are not going to use Bitcoin
that's kind of good of Elon, though.
Yeah, it's a great thing to do that because you don't want the earth to basically turn into a volcano or something, or just hot and cold backwards.
And maybe that since he's stopping that, maybe that'll stop you from scalping all the GPUs.
Yeah,
because people are getting all of the like people can't even get them because the scalpers aren't even using them for actual PCs. They're using them to mine Bitcoin.
You actually brought up a great point. Like you actually transitioned to my next topic, and that's the chip shortage. And we actually have a shortage of various things right now. Right now on the East Coast, we have this gas issue, this gas main lane, which shows that we don't have great cybersecurity in the US. China already has a plan that if we go to war, we're going to hack y'all's electrical grid. And it comes down to the US being lazy. You have all these people in college studying information technology or IT that you could hire. You have the Space Force that was created for cyberspace and space to rebuild the systems and stuff, but they're just too lazy to do it because it's going to cost a lot and you're going to have to debate in Congress to do it. And in the meanwhile, you got half of the country getting hacked and can't buy gas.
Yeah.
And now there's a chicken shortage. I had to bring that up. I don't know
how I feel about that.
Yeah, depressed. And
bro. My thing is, Americans are so annoying when something happens because if it's a shortage, that means you have to ration it out. Not go get all that you can because that's gonna make it even worse. Well, don't y'all get about that? Do y'all not remember what happened with the toilet paper? Yeah. Y'all took all the toilet paper. We couldn't find none.
Yeah.
And then you got people charging up for toilet paper. You got the local stores trying to charge $10 for a roll of toilet paper. If I pay $10 for a roll of toilet paper, I'm not even gonna say that. I ain't even gonna do it to them. I'm gonna be nice.
And what
But
you're
just
saying,
stupid stuff like that.
yeah. And right now, what people do, I know around here, what people they go to Virginia. Let's go get gas in Virginia. Virginia, I know people went to Virginia Beach and it's gone. Either it's gone or you got a long line and you gotta wait. And then all that's gonna cause is inflation. Because when there's limited supply, the price has to go up. It has to until they can get this issue solved. Or there's gonna be a lot of people walking, but it goes into another issue. We have another unique issue dealing with the stock market and just our currency. Right now, we have a surplus of a whole lot of jobs, but not a lot of people working. And so a lot of people are debating whether the state should have unemployment because people are making more on unemployment than minimum wage, which I think is very telling, and that you should raise your prices if you want people to come work for you, or your
Yeah.
wages, excuse me. And so that's going to cause inflation because you got all these jobs and nobody wants to work. And you got all this unemployment that people are going to get, and they can stay home and they can do what they got to do or hustle on the side and not have to work a job that's not going to pay them where they should be paid.
Mhm. My what I say to this is, I hate when people like when you talk about like raising minimum wage, and then you got the people be like, well, if you raise minimum wage, inflation, da 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 da. My guy, minimum wage has been the same since the 90s, but I've seen the bag of chips, the price go up every year. It went from like $1.09 to $1.19 to $1.29 to $1.49, and we still make the same amount of money. The minimum wage is the same, but the cost of living is going up. So
Exactly.
that like the correlation of saying if we raise minimum wage, inflation is going to happen. No, because if we, I saw somebody calculate it. If we calculated minimum wage should be $22 right now.
Exactly. And
If they
then,
calculated to what the cost of living is now, like the average in America.
and it's not even that the government wants their cut, which they're going to get it. It's not the government issue that they're not raising minimum wage. It's a corporation issue. Uncle Sam's gonna get his cut regardless. If it's 22,
Not for me.
$5, $5 an
Yeah, I
hour.
hear that for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been a ghost or some spirit,
Dang there.
but they're gonna tax it before you even get your check. And so it's a corporation issue. They're gonna lobby and say, "Hey, don't raise minimum wage this year. We don't want to pay this much." And these corporations have the money. Some of these
Hmm.
corporations, like McDonald's, I don't know what McDonald's minimum wage is. It's probably around 10 or 11. I don't think they've raised it.
If the workers at McDonald's seen how much money McDonald's make off of them and how much the workers get paid, they will want to quit too.
Exactly. And get this, McDonald's pay a dividend. They have so much money that they pay their investors. You buy McDonald's stock, you get paid. That
Yeah.
shows a lot. They have the money to do it, they just don't want to. And
How
that
about you
goes,
think minimum wage should be raised or no?
yeah,
Oh yeah, of course. Because I feel like when people talk about like getting rid of unemployment, I mean, there's people that actually need it. So, I mean, that's
Hmm.
pointless. And then what you gonna do when people are like actually can't work? Because then they still not coming back to work, even after you took it away, because they
Yeah.
can't.
yeah.
So you
How do
pretty much
y'all,
get it for no reason.
yeah. How do y'all feel about the unemployment thing? Do y'all feel like there should be a universal income? Now I know me and you, AJ, had a discussion at school one day on campus, and we were debating whether we could actually do that because we was during I think it was Andrew Yang I was talking
Yeah,
about.
Andrew ain't talking about giving like $1,000 check to everyone.
Yeah. And so then the stimulus came. So I want to know if your thoughts changed on that and whether we could sustain a universal income for people not to work.
Wait, what point? What part was I on? I thought I agreed with Andrew Yang.
Nah.
I didn't.
You said it would cause inflation.
Oh, I must have been stupid then. I must have been well
After them couple of
misinformed.
stimmies hit him, he was like, you know what? I mean,
I must have been well misinformed. Now, because now I see how much they spend on the military. Bro, when they were making the bill, it was like a section in the bill where they had uh $10 million just for furniture.
yeah.
What? I'm telling you right now, bro. If they can cut one year of military spending and probably could give everybody money for the rest of the league. Like
Exactly.
that's how much money they spend on certain stuff. That's not, bro. Why do we spend billions and billions and billions on military every every time we have like a like a new like a president or whatever? We spend so much money on the military, but it's like, who are we fighting? We like what are y'all spending this on? Y'all building all these ships and planes and stuff
Hmm.
for what? Who are we fighting? Now, if y'all got some secret war y'all about to go in, you can tell us about it. But other than that, y'all shouldn't be spending that much on the military.
Exactly. And to add to your who, you could also add a why. Throughout literature and just movies and stuff that you watch, you see that war leads to nothing. Like you see that war that's going around with Pakistan, is it Israeli? Israel
Israel and Palestine.
and Palestine. You see what war is doing. You spend this much money on war, but you don't spend enough money on or just time on just talking it out, seeing what y'all could come to agreement with, and what's the real issue and how you could find a solution without killing each other. That says a lot about the maturity of a lot of these countries, including the US. Yes, there are bad people out there, but why are there bad people out there? What can you do to change bad people out there? You educate them.
And then you got the U.S. always putting their nose on stuff that they don't need to. You know, always doing this, that, and the third. Where it's just like, let these countries like, well, what do we go to Iraq for? We made all this stuff up about Saddam Hussein, who wasn't even that. I'm not even gonna get into all that propaganda
Well,
stuff for somebody to come and get me.
I
But
yeah, I guess that with us going into other countries, that's since we already do it, and we go to war and we
like we're
spend
just
money on war.
invading. And if you ask the people that live there, they do not like America, and they didn't want them to come there in the first place. Like
I'm a,
Syria, I feel bad for the people
yeah,
in Syria as much as they got bombed. That
I'm gonna use another Superman analogy. I know I keep using them, but you could put use them with everything. Superman in the comics, you have the Russian Superman and you have the American Superman. The American Superman, he didn't go to countries and states and impose his will. He went over there when they needed help. He wasn't going to go over there and say, y'all should be a democracy, do this, that, and the third. But the Russian Superman, he went everywhere conquering. He was like, y'all going to listen to what I say, and this is the final thing. Now, if the
mhm.
US is not activating, working in a capacity to where they're not imposing their will, but they're helping people that want to be helped and they guiding them on what they could do differently, then I'm all for that.
Yeah, and I
You
got a
have
problem with that. Yeah.
and you with the military and stuff, of course, just like with cops or teachers, you're gonna have your bad ones and you're gonna have your good ones. And so you have to make sure that your leadership is right. And usually it's not the service members, the people that go and volunteer and go fight. It's
It's the
usually
higher ups.
it's the higher up, it's the politicians that send them there. They're sending people out there because it's either oil out there that's coming from previous wars. They want to control this sector so they can control gas prices and basically invest in a way that's illegal, actually. Or they just want to control a technology or something. It's all that right there. Missiles,
You
nuclear
know,
warheads and stuff, which we shouldn't be
something I
messing
don't
with.
understand.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm tripping because it seems like every time like the U.S. goes to like places to make sure that they don't have any nuclear warheads. But it's like, don't we have our own? Like, I'm pretty sure the U.S. has plenty of nuclear weapons. Why do we keep going to North Korea or South Korea or wherever to see if they don't have any missiles? We have our own. So how come
Yeah.
we can have some? Well, I understand, but it's just stupid. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It's a paradoxical question. It's the U.S. wants to see us
I bet
show a
everybody
face.
just mind their business.
Yeah.
Just mind your business and let people do them. If they ask for help, we'll give them help.
And what you again have to think about too, or just realize we're a young civilization. Now, whether aliens exist or not, which I don't think
We're
they.
gonna see in June. We aliens do exist. We've been on this. Come on, Raymond. We're aliens. We're not the only ones. If we're the only ones in the universe, I am saddened because we are retarded. That's all I'm gonna say.
um, we're a young civilization, and you can see that to where we have countries. If we were a highly intelligent civilization, we would just have one order. Like we wouldn't all be in agreement or disagreement, but respectfully and peacefully. We wouldn't be going to war because you like this color or you like this religion or you like using weapons or not. And so we haven't matured as a species yet to get to that point to where we don't have these issues. And it may take billions of years or we may not even hit it.
We
Earth,
got billions of years. Earth
yeah.
gonna be gone by then. Nuclear war.
I don't think it's nuclear war. I think it may be something else. I think
side note. So you say you don't believe that there are aliens?
Okay, I think they're out there, but I think it's impossible for them to reach us or us to reach them. Because right now
coach.
You said what?
Get out of here, coach. Nope.
I was watching something on YouTube, which is probably not the best place to be getting your great information, but we're basically moving through space while we're spinning. So space is expanding and moving. The moon is getting farther from us. So if a ship is coming to us, who's to say throughout the light years them coming to us that we're once they get there, we're gone. We're either farther down or we're dead.
Well, the thing is, even if they're light years behind us, if they look at us, they see dinosaurs. The light years ahead of us, they look back, they see that we're dead. So they probably don't even think that we're worth even going to.
Yeah,
but I think in June they said that they're going to release all the stuff that they got. I'm telling you, we know some stuff, and we've hid some stuff from the people. Like, bro, every country, we do not agree with each other. The fact that they all came into an agreement and said nobody can go to Antarctica, does that not seem suspicious to you, bro? They literally all agreed and said, one thing we're not gonna do, y'all not going to Antarctica. For what?
You bring up a great point.
Something else.
So, are y'all familiar with the Tic Tac UFO?
Nigga said Tic Tac.
I almost said TikTok because I'll be watching. I'll bring it up. So,
I know what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about TikTok. I thought you were saying it wrong on purpose.
Have y'all seen the
video thing in the sky?
Yeah. Have you?
But what you talking about?
Let me pull it up. And so, it's been a lot of these. I spelled TikTok. But there's been a lot of sightings of these aliens or UFOs flying around. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna put it up on a monitor.
Okay. My bad, it was just me.
You said
now,
what?
I will say me and my sister seen a UFO when we were younger. No bull job. I would not lie to y'all. We were looking in the sky, and there was this black object, and it was like going in, and it was like in and out, right? Just doing some weird stuff. It couldn't have been a bird. It was too high up to be a bird, and it wasn't a plane making that type of shape. And then we looked, and then next thing you know, it was gone. And we looked at each other like, did we see the same thing? We said, yeah. Hey, Men in Black did not come from me. I don't remember it. All right, so don't come from me.
Yeah. With that, I will add this before I play the video for y'all. Sometimes it may be drones too. But when you see like the weird movement of some of these ships, you think it's an alien. Now, me, myself, I've seen a weird thing in the sky flying around. I always thought it was a drone, though. I was like, it's that high up. It's probably a drone or something. And sometimes you see videos where it just vanishes. It's there and then it's not. And you looking at it the whole time. You're not blinking or nothing. You're looking at it. And so I was watching a podcast, watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and they were talking about all these sightings, these UFOs. What are they looking for? Are they testing out? Because that happened on the UFO. Not a
looking
UFO.
For me.
Probably John Jones. But countries send drones and people over to test military's power. Like China, they have a whole plan to hack our electrical grid. So that if the aliens are intelligent,
you're saying that we don't know that, Raymond.
I know, but I'm using an example. So they could be testing.
You get the Chinese government on our head.
They could be testing our militaries to see how we would react to a intergalactic war, if possible, if aliens exist or not. See, AJ, they coming for you.
Hey, my dog was barking. I thought somebody was outside. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, they sent the folks already.
Let me see if I can get this video up. All right. Sure. Y'all see that all right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, me. right, we don't need to see. I just want to see the video.
You got the sound muted.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Them niggas sent a bug to fly.
Yeah.
Said
You
a
see how
40-foot
it's hovering?
Look at that. It's not, bro. That's if you tell me that's not alien Raymond, I don't know. It's not even a bird, bro. It's not even flapping any wings.
Yeah,
And it's 20 feet. You're like 40 feet, he said.
Yeah.
that's just me. I had to go to Paris real quick.
It looks weird. I will say that.
And if you tell me a drone, if they got a drone that's advanced enough that looks like a Tic Tac, I don't know.
I don't know about the UFO thing. I think they're out there, distant. I just don't know if they're here. Now, this is my theory. People always look to the sky for attack, aliens to come from the sky. But you have to think about ants. Ants can't see all of us. To ants, they could probably see like our boot or like whatever's in the ground because of their dimension that they reside in. We reside in the third dimension. What if there are beings in the fourth dimension that can interact with us, but we can't fully see all of them? And that's probably how this is able to disappear because it's slipping through dimensions and not coming from space. Maybe that's why Antarctica is locked up because they got a portal there that they
I ain't
slide
get
out
into
of.
dimensional travel. I was talking about stuff I can see. Now, if we get into dimensional travel, that's not my expertise. I don't know nothing about it. I had to do some research on it. But I will say that people that are spiritual and have their third eye, their third eye open,
Yeah.
they claim that they see stuff too. So, I mean, I don't know nothing about that because I'm not spiritual. I'm not even. I don't know nothing about that dimension travel. All I know is I saw someone when I was younger, and I believe that UFOs and aliens are real.
Well, and it's not, there's two dimensions. You have dimension travel and then you have dimensions. I'm saying it wrong, but this is 2D. Like this, 2D. My hand is 3D. My person, 3D.
Your person is black as hell.
Oh man. But if your eyeballs was right here, you're not going to, and you're all the way down like that, you're not going to see all of me. You don't have a body to see all of me. But beings in a higher dimension, like me in the third dimension, I can turn, I can look.
Well, shit, why don't they do us like we do the ants? I step on them all the time.
Who says they don't
touch us? How come they don't touch? What you mean? We still alive.
I'm saying, what if some of the ways how people pass or whatever could be inflicted by another dimension? Now you said you were talking about spiritual dimensions. What if there's a dimension that could afflict with our health or something, or our crops or our food or something? You don't know. That's what I was thinking about a couple of days ago. Instead of aliens coming from the sky, what if they just are already here and they never had to come because they're here?
If they already here, then they need to pay some rent, my nigga. Rent's due the first. You can't be living up in this house in some type of hello. If you're here, pay some rent. That's all. That's what I'm gonna tell them.
Somebody's probably behind you.
Man,
could be.
If they gonna do something, they gonna do something.
Yeah. I was thinking about that with the biblical stories and stuff too. Like angels and stuff, they could either be highly intelligent aliens that come, or they're in a higher dimension that we can't perceive them. Like you were talking about that spiritual dimension. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was just about to say, angels like what they actually look like is pretty weird.
Yeah.
That's why when they come, they be like, "Don't be afraid" or something like that, because them niggas look scary as hell. Like one of them is like a circle of nothing but eyeballs.
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna think you the devil.
True.
Yeah. Well, you probably know if it's the devil. You'll know. And with angels and stuff,
his name Lucifer Morningstar.
Yeah. Like you ever hear? Yeah. Which I'm waiting for that new season. You ever hear stories about people that almost died, or where they're on the hospital bed and they almost died, and they saw people that they knew? It could have been people that they knew that passed, or it could have been an angel or a higher spiritual being that comes and takes form to something you're not frightened. Like you said,
no, you can continue.
oh, that you're not frightened like that not creature, angels, how angels really look, you said, squiggly lines and circles, and it's terrifying. And so they take form into something that's familiar to you.
I will say that I asked my dad because he had basically died one time because he went in cardiac arrest. I was like, "What did you see?" He just said he saw like shadows and stuff. So I'm not too sure about like what folks see, but that's what he said he saw.
So with that, he said he just saw shadows. That could have been limbo. It's not heaven or hell. It's the place in between. It's basically you standing in line, seeing where you're gonna go, and so everybody's wondering until everybody gets called to their correct places. So that could have been a place where that is. That could have been limbo.
Okay, I haven't heard of. Well, I heard of limbo before in Naruto, but
Yeah.
and like that type of thing, I haven't really heard about that.
Yeah. It's basically like the dead waiting room. Hopefully, it's not like the DMV.
Man, if it's a DMV, they're gonna. Hey, I'm gonna just come back to life because I ain't waiting that long.
Have you seen the movie Soul?
So no, I haven't seen that.
They have a limbo type. You have, so you know, Tavon, like that area where they're trying to get rebirth and everybody's jumping in.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's basically kind of like a limbo.
Yeah.
That reminds me of like the snake way on Dragon Ball Z when they would like to have the souls and then the dude would go there and like stamp you whether you go to heaven or hell.
Oh yeah.
That.
And like when
so it's basically like that. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. That's interesting.
Yeah. Let me check this outline. Make sure I've hit. What did I just launch? All right. We've hit every topic.
Nigga got hit with a flashbang.
Are there any topics that y'all want to discuss that piqued y'all's interest throughout the week, whether it's news?
One topic I would like to discuss is Raymond and his horrible opinion. We have his horrible Call of Duty opinions and his horrible food opinions. And Raymond has some good opinions on other stuff, but his Call of Duty and food opinions are something that, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all know something. Raymond says that Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare are some of the best Call of Duties ever made.
Great game.
And that should let y'all know that his opinions on certain things are terrible. So Raymond, why do you have such bad opinions? That's what I want to know.
I wouldn't say they bad. Opinion can't be bad nor good.
No, opinion can be right or wrong. An opinion can be bad, but it's not right or wrong.
Yeah, it can be bad or good. But with Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, the one thing I liked about those games is the movement. You're not restricted to just running. You can fly, you can double dash, and you can move quicker. You can
That's
dodge.
what made the game horrible.
It's what made it great. I personally was like one of the best players on that game. I actually had a long tenure as like a squeaker on like adult Call of Duty teams that were competing for money with those games just because I understood the movement mechanics and I was able to yoke on people twice my age on that game. I was a monster. It was a monster. Now with everybody else, Black Ops 2, they was monsters. But Advanced Warfare 2, yeah. I liked Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Ghosts. Ghost is a good
Call of Duty Ghost is not good, bro. Oh my god.
Ghost is a good game. Now, would I play it now? No. I wouldn't play. I wouldn't play no Call of Duty right now.
Well, I will say that on PC I do play Plutonium, which is Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3, like IW5 and stuff like that. I play Plutonium, and I do play World at War now and then just for the custom zombies.
Now,
like competitive, I don't even play. I can't even show you my PS5. I got right now. I got Grand Theft Auto, Rainbow Six, Naruto, 2K, DCUO, God of War, and Genshin Impact. I don't even have a Call of Duty downloaded right now. Cold War and Modern Warfare are literally killing my brain cells right now, bro. When I open the game, I literally want to hurt myself. I can't bring myself to play those games anymore.
They don't want to let Call of Duty die, but it's dead. They're just
I wouldn't say it's dead because Warzone is very big, but it's like the traditional Call of Duty is dying down. Like the multiplayer, like Modern Warfare 2019, which I don't know why people on anything have forward opinions.
mhm.
People would say that Modern Warfare 2019 was one of the best Call of Duties, and no, it was not. It was one of the worst. If you played multiplayer, not Warzone, if you were a multiplayer Call of Duty player, you would know that that multiplayer was one of the worst that we've ever had. One, it didn't have a mini map when it launched. What Call of Duty you know did not have a mini map when it launched?
No Call of Duty. Maybe Call of Duty
Then,
1 or 2.
yeah, maybe one of those old ones where they had the compass, but like, oh, no, they didn't. Like, you have to have a mini map. Two, when they did add the mini map back, it wasn't a regular mini map. When they shot, it only showed it the compass. It didn't show on the map.
Yeah.
The guns, bro, do not get me started on the riot shield. Search and
It's a
Destroy
cult
was the
favorite.
only good thing that ever came to that game. That's something I will say. I keep actually muting myself, but I will say one thing. The only thing that is good about that game was the engine, like the movement and stuff, and the search and destroy. I will say I did enjoy that. Other than that, the guns were, the maps were trash. Do not Piccadilly is like top three worst Call of Duty maps
It
of all time.
is. I don't like it. And
So like people that say that Modern Warfare was a good card, go.
yeah, you bring up a great point, and you don't know what point you brought up, but are you familiar with Titanfall? Titanfall was popular, but Titanfall then created Titanfall 3. Apex Legends came. Call of Duty missed the time to go from Call of Duty to something else. They just keep stamping Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. You can have Call of Duty in another game. So all this stuff that they want to implement, they just cram it into one game and ship
Yeah.
it. And
Because they
so
tried to do something different with Blackout. That was like their first battle royale, I think, in Black Ops 4 when they had
yeah,
Blackout. But it was still Call of Duty, you know.
yeah. You shouldn't have multiplayer, regular multiplayer, and then your battle royale. No, separate the games because you're going to overwhelm a player. I don't know whether it's a psychological thing, but you having to physically click on another game instead of you're in the same game and you got like 77 other games to play within that game, it's ridiculous. And so that could be that issue. What's your thoughts, Tavon? I don't know if you game like that though.
No, I don't really play them games. I haven't involved.
The all I usually play is Apex Legends. That's the only game I usually be playing right now. That's my favorite. And
Man, I
very
hopped on Apex Legends for like 2 seconds, bro, and I literally, like, you can ask Savon, it was like a 4 minute window when I downloaded it, played it, and deleted it
Yeah.
all in like 4 minutes.
what
I
messed
couldn't
it up
take
for
it.
you?
It's just that, I don't, I was playing Apex when it first came out. Like when it very first dropped, I was playing it, like either like a day or two after when it dropped. And it's like, I played it and then I played it for months after, I was good. And it's just like when you go back to a game where you used to be good at and you haven't played in a while, you got to get used to it again. You don't have time for that. You want to go back and be the best again. It's just like I didn't
Yeah.
have time for it. People were so like, it's way sweatier now than it was then. Just like Fortnite, I played when that first came out. I got clips when like the month after it first came out. So I was playing, and it's like if I try to go back on Fortnite now, I wouldn't be able to do it. With I'm used to you do a couple builds, and I was still playing when you had to build and edit. Like I could still do that, but then once you start like doing those crazy edits and all that type of stuff, I couldn't do it. So yeah, basically I came back and I wasn't as good as I used to be, and people were sweaty, and I didn't feel like getting back to what I used to do.
Yeah. I feel like the gaming industry has a very it's getting fatigued. There's not a lot of innovation coming for these games. They've
Yeah,
released their new consoles this year, but the games they have for them, nah. I know PlayStation had Spider Man. That
yeah.
that was the
Spider
saving.
Man, Spider Man, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima was really good.
Hmm.
Their exclusives have been good, but I will say video games have not been hitting like they used to when we were kids. I will say that.
It could be that since we started early playing, like most people that became gamers started a little bit later, or whether the games wasn't fully developed. Like they had 2D games before they got into the 3D and story games that we had. We came out the gate with huge heavy hitters. God of War was on PlayStation 2.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know what's y'all's first system. I started with PlayStation 2.
My first system was a PlayStation 2, I do believe.
Okay. What about you, Tavon?
You know, I got a Nintendo, but that was when I was a kid. But I think the Xbox 360 is the main one.
Real niggas went from PlayStation 2 to Xbox 360. Then they went to the PS3 and then the PS4 and then PS5.
All right, so I went PS2, Xbox. I did have older consoles that I played: Nintendo 64, GameCube, and Xbox Original. And then I went to 360, Xbox One, and I'm probably gonna buy both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. But it's no need for me right now because the only game I play is Apex, and I can play it on the Xbox One and play with everybody
But
on every console.
because I seen that before I say this, Battlefield 6 is coming for you, Call of Duty. That's what I'm gonna say because I'm a Battlefield fan. I play that all the time.
Battlefield
But
4.
I seen that Xbox was certain games they boosted it up to where it can go to 120 FPS now, and I'm like, okay, they can, if they boosted that, they can do other games. You know what I'm saying? So I seen something that Raven Software said that because if they can make, that's one reason why I can't play Modern Warfare now because I played Cold War and I got used to 120 FPS and an FOV slider.
Yeah.
And it's like Apex has an FOV slider. Cold War, even Cold War on the PS4 had an FOV slider, but I can't play Modern Warfare without an FOV slider. Once you get used to it, bro, that little box you move slow. You can't. Yeah, no.
And when I used to play hardcore, you could see a dot come across the screen and you ready to go. So you see the dot, do. Didn't even see his full body, but he did.
Yeah.
That's how important that is.
Yeah.
Now, to transition to our last topic, let's talk about some stocks. And I do believe that we will have some sort of a crash. Like right now, we've been having corrections. Prices are dropping, people are selling, and they're going into different stocks. They're going into reopen stocks like they did before when the market was trying to crash again. So are y'all investing in any single stocks right now? Are y'all looking at stuff, waiting for something to drop?
You can go to long.
Oh no, I'm just gonna say no, not really. I'm broke.
Yeah, not in particular. Same. I'm chilling right now, bro. I'm not really looking at anything. I got all my money in Doge and it's gonna sit there.
I'm gonna put some more in
there. Facts.
Yeah,
I think it's about down to like 39 cents. I'm about to put some more in there right now.
I will tell y'all this because I know we all started talking about cryptocurrencies and stocks, but definitely look into Ethereum. And I would usually used to say Bitcoin, but now that I see how dangerous Bitcoin is to just disappearing with like their mining issues and the impact that they're doing, Ethereum looks like the saving grace for everything. As you could basically build anything on top of Ethereum. It's a currency and it's technology. So that's my recommendation for that. And as for stocks, I would recommend y'all, not financial advice, don't sue me. But if it was me, I would start looking into the FIRE movement too. And just really look at dividend stocks or index funds. I think it was Warren Buffett and some research came out. If you just invest in the S&P 500 index fund or other index funds or ETFs, you will beat stocks by a huge percentile, have huge gains on your initial investments, and you could get paid from it. They pay dividends. And so I don't know if y'all know what an index or ETF is. It's
sir.
So it's basically a collection of stocks. So let's say you got Raymond's ETF or index fund. I could have Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, anything in there that's a single stock in there. Because basically that company holds those stocks and they put it in that index fund and just hold it and pay you dividends from that company and profits that they make from it. So those are very important things to look at. That's what I'm about to start doing, is investing in index funds mainly, but I'm also going to buy single stocks that pay dividends and some growth stocks I've been looking at.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I might start doing that too then.
That's good. And if y'all need an app to look at other cryptocurrencies, definitely look at Gemini and Coinbase. That's what I use.
I try to make a Coinbase account. Them dudes took too long.
Yeah. They have to approve you. I like Gemini because you can use a credit card. And so if you want to, like, you got a credit card and you want to spend maybe like $5 or $10 a month, add it on Gemini, buy some crypto, pay the credit card off, and you're building credit while investing with credit. So you're basically not investing with your money, and you pay it back, and you're building credit at the same time. It's a double whammy.
Wow.
You said, but yeah, that's the last thing. Anything y'all got coming up that y'all want to talk about or promote, or social medias that y'all want to plug?
Nah, I'm just chilling right now. I'm trying to get my bread up for school.
I feel you. How about you, Tava?
I'm trying to figure life out. Nah, straight.
I feel you.
But if y'all need gas, like I guess, y'all hit me up at 7 o'clock.
You say you gonna head out at 7 o'clock?
No, I said I got that gas. So hit me up at
Man,
7.
you don't smoke no weed, dog.
I don't gotta smoke until.
But
hustle
yeah,
is a hustle.
yeah. Hey, Dogecoin's
I
a
tried to
hustle.
hop off of this damn random hopped on with me. I'm trying to play 2K. This damn random hopped on with me, right?
I couldn't stand 2K. So that is the conclusion of the Gentlemen of the South podcast episode 2. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. You know, we didn't
call it comics and chicken shorts. I don't know.
Yeah, I originally was gonna call it "My Friends Made Millions." We was gonna talk about Dogecoin a lot, but I didn't really want to talk about Dogecoin that much. We did the comic stuff. I think it's better content. And so, yeah, thank y'all for coming on.